Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to yet another Wednesday Express, not stopping at
Peterborough.
right on time as usual. How are you all? How is everybody? And welcome, whether you're joining us live or you're catching up with us on a little catch up, then welcome to the Wednesday Express, not stopping at Peterborough. Lovely, as always, to have you on. But I was just thinking the other day, you know what? It's just such a lovely community we have going on here. And you're all my new best friends. And I've been meeting some of you over the past week, which has been wonderful and lovely to put faces to names. And I just feel really grateful to have you all join us every week. It just makes this Wednesday lovely, lots more special. So, welcome everyone. Remember, if you haven't already, please remember to hit the like, share, give us some love. It all helps. Send a little message to YouTube that we're doing something right.
Hi, Travis. Also, Cole Shorten and Sutton Model Railway Club say hello, Lady Railway Modeler, or whatever you want to be called.
Oh, yes.
There's rules, isn't it? You're called that if they want to make a point.
Yes.
I think you'll find.
If you have a complaint, it's Dear Lady Modeler. Otherwise, it's just plain old Dawn is good enough. Or other names.
Tom's here.
So I'm just going to do some shout outs to who's in the comments. But yes, send us some likes, send us some loves. Let's see who's going on. What's going on in the chat, shall we? So some hellos now. Hello to Aaron Oxford. Hello.
Ooh.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Carol from Dover.
Carol from Dover. Hello, Carol.
Hello.
Joining us. I think you were with us last week.
What's the place we went to have a look at in Dover called River? There's a place called River, isn't there? We went and had a look at.
There is a place called River.
Carol, and there's a river there.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Carol can tell us all.
How far from River do you live, Carol?
We've got Dave Sargent. Hello. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Westwood Side Studios. Hi, Steve. We're getting ready with that stamp and that video message. We're all set. You know why. Maura. Hello, Maura. How is it going with you? How's your family? I hope all is good with you. Thank you for joining us. And John Edwards. John,
That's such a South London thing to say.
What?
If we South London, it goes, all right, how's your family? do it. You got to do it in a proper South London.
What? All right, how's your family?
How's your family?
How's your family?
How's your family?
All right, is that good enough for EastEnders?
That's good enough, yeah.
Have I passed the grumpy South London? Yeah. There you go. What was I going to say? John Edwards, I'm so sorry. You did ask me to post Timber Surf's lovely photos of the Railway Museum in Turkey. I have now posted them in the clubhouse, better late than never, as well as Phil Parker's duck.
Yeah. Also, hello, Simon and Ella the dog, and also Grace is with us from RGG Trade.
Hello, Grace. Hello. Welcome. Lovely to see you.
Loads of ladies on tonight.
Also, hello, Simon and Simon and Ella. Thank you, Simon. Simon has sent me a lovely film, which is all to do with mental health. You know, we've been talking about that over the last few weeks, especially after the interview with Pete Waterman, where that came up. And Simon sent me a lovely film, which we're not going to talk about today because it deserves some time. And I don't want to just casually mention it and run. Yeah. So, Simon, thank you for sending me that. And we'll discuss that next week. And I think that's going to be our viewers and everybody in the chat and watching is going to find that lovely.
Hackers just voted. Hopefully it's for you.
Who else have we got? Simon's Trains. Hello. And who else have we got? We have got, let me just go through. Martin Parkinson. Good evening, dudes. Good evening to you. And dudettes. Let's not forget the dudettes because we have a few dudettes and even some, maybe we've got some doodahs even. Grumpy belongs to one of them. Yeah. Who else? Let me just go through them. Lake Locos. Ron and Heather, we missed you last week. I know business, life gets busy, but glad to have you on board this week's Wednesday Express and Hanning's Rest Model Railway evening. All hope everyone is well. I'm well. Grumpy seems well. He's in fine form, as you can tell.
Yeah.
His vocal cords are well oiled and exercised. He'll be. I think we've got a jingle coming up at some point, haven't we? What's the jingle for?
Where in the world? Where in the world?
Isn't there a new? Oh, the gallery.
No,
we'll do that later. The gallery. And Keith Steadman. Now, Keith had an announcement. He's made that announcement. Shock horror. Keith's not a railway modeler. Do we keep him in the group, everybody? Well, yes, of course we do. I'll be talking more about Keith at the Faversham show. Yeah. Keith, we met Keith last week along with Terry Nutlop at Faversham.
I love that name. It makes me laugh every time.
And Keith explained that through the channel he's been getting into model railways. So I feel very humbled by that, Keith. And just lovely to meet you and to chat with you. But we'll get into that in just a minute. So don't worry if I haven't mentioned your name. Travis, hello, question number 1. Yes, I have your photos, and yes, I will be showing them. And hi to Tom Marshall. Oh, poor Tom. Tom's had some news this week where his YouTube channel, they've stopped monetizing it, which is shocking, isn't it, Grumpy?
Yes.
And also just horrible because Tom's such a nice guy and has such great content. We love Tom's content, and also just extremely professional. And I think something about, when you're professional in your dealings on YouTube and with your friends and your colleagues, it just makes you, it just couldn't, what's happened with his YouTube channel made us very, very sad. We were really sad to hear that, Tom. And it sounds like, Tom, your appeal has been rejected, so you have to wait 90 days. But I'm sure Tom will explain all in the comments if he feels he wants to. But hopefully, fingers crossed, Tom, that all gets resolved. I know it must be hugely frustrating, but it sounds like from what you've described to me that you did nothing, you haven't done anything wrong, and so we're right behind you. I hope it all goes well.
Also, Thomas posted a little YouTube video, but I suggest everyone goes to it after we finish tonight and have a look at it, where he's explained what's happened. And It's got a nice little button there. There's something called "Buy Me a Coffee" or something like that, isn't it? Press on it, buy Tom a coffee. Yeah, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And keep us posted, Tom, because just really, really frustrating, and hope that gets resolved really, really soon. Ivan Van Zon says, night all. Are you leaving us already? Oh, well, sorry, something I said.
Oh.
Carol Bird, we are very new to railway modelling too. We found your channel and got hooked.
Oh,
thank you, Carol. Well, welcome aboard.
And Joseph's just arrived from Washington State, USA.
Joseph.
Well, Washington State isn't Washington, isn't it?
It's on the other side.
The other side. Look at me now, geography.
Unlike our Canterbury video, which kind of got all our geography mixed up, but that's another story. Anyway, well, those are all the thank yous. Don't worry if I haven't mentioned your name. I'll mention you a little bit later. We'll catch up in just a moment, but shall we get started? Let's get on. So
Aaron said he's not saying anything about YouTube because he got banned again.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Well,
everyone, YouTube is brilliant. We love YouTube.
Roy Horn says, I miss Banana Bird. Well, could he be making a surprise appearance? I hope not.
He's sitting next to me at the moment, but am I allowed to bring him on later?
No.
I'll tell you that's a yes.
That's the deal. I did, Nigella.
Yeah.
You said that Banana Bird wouldn't darken our doorstep, and guess what? He did.
Yeah.
So what's coming up this evening?
Simon says, what's great about Wednesday Express, it's inclusive and supportive.
Oh, well,
remember that it's inclusive and supportive, which means that you should let your guard down a bit and allow Banana Bird on. Remember, inclusive and supportive.
Well, we include you, Grumpy.
That's true.
Says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's coming up in tonight's Wednesday Express? Well, of course, we've got the usual chat banter. For those of you who are new, we tend to let our hair down just a little bit after all the other videos we do in the week, and we have a little bit of a laugh. No Banana Bird, says John Edwards. I agree with you, John. And we've also got we'll be talking about highlights from the Faversham show, which we've just done, and lots to talk about there. I've got some exciting industry news. You'll probably have seen it on my Facebook post. Shall we do the song? Go on.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll come in after 4. Did we murder it? Do you recognize that song from your deepest, darkest childhoods? Yes, we'll be talking about RAPIDO's latest launch, which got us all a little bit excited because we've been talking about childhood and nostalgia and modeling on nostalgia. And as soon as we start talking about children's TV programs, the whole chat just lights up, doesn't it? So I could talk about children's TV programs all night, as well as children's sweets, because from the 70s, because that was my era.
Yeah.
I've ordered Ivor, says Tom Marshall. Yeah. Okay, we'll get on to it.
What was the sweet in the 70s? It's like a piece of black licorice in sherbet.
Oh, sherbet.
Dip.
Sherbet.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's the long. That's
the fountain. Sherbet fountain.
I don't know. It's like a lot. It looked like a piece of dynamite. And I remember Texan bars.
Yeah, but they were 80s.
No, they were 70s.
Were they?
No, because Toffee Nanny, who wasn't my real nanny, but we called her Toffee Nanny because she had a dog called Toffee. She used to come over to the house every Sunday with a load of Texan bars and stuff. And that was definitely in the 70s, because in the 80s I was too cool. I was in my teenage. I wouldn't be having my Toffee Nanny coming over.
I just got this image of Toffee Nanny with a bag stuffed with text and
No, she had a little Dachshund called Toffee.
Should we do a shout out to our new members? Because we have a few. Mainly Steve, TT120. Thank you for joining us in the Questy membership. Yeah. And it was lovely to see you at Leamington. And yes, the Leamington video will be coming out very soon. I know I posted Faversham first. It doesn't mean we've forgotten Leamington and Warwick. We're doing that. It's just taking a little bit of time to make sure it's all good. And we'll be releasing that in the next week. So Steve, TT120. Also check out Steve's layout because it's absolutely lovely. And that will also be in the Leamington video. So that's coming up. We also have Stuart Roding. Hello. And Elliot Manning. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Welcome Questies, as I like to say.
Apparently there's a commercial coming out for a Jimmy Fallon late night commercial.
Oh, is there?
In America.
We've moved up in the world of broadcast talent.
Who's Jimmy Fallon?
You don't know, he's a late night kind of talk show host in the States. He's like took over from David Letterman.
Like Parkinson.
Yeah, he took over from like the
I thought James Corden took over from him.
Yeah, sure. Oh. We won't say any more about that. So, well, enjoy that. Enjoy that commercial. And
Roy Vaughan's going to Peterborough this week. It closes in
October, and we have something.
Go.
We've got something special on Peterborough, which will be coming up very soon. If you haven't already done so, and if you wouldn't mind, it would be lovely if you'd vote for us in the YouTuber of the Year award. Is that right? In Hornby magazine. Yeah. We didn't know we were in it until Tom Marshall posted that we were in it. So thank you, everybody. If you voted, it means a lot. And it's just lovely. We were just, as I said, so thrilled to be part of that list after 11 months. It was just, I couldn't quite believe it. Kind of blew my little socks off when we saw. So thank you if you voted. The link is at the top if you feel like it. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Right, shall we get on?
Yeah, Grace is saying that she's learning to speak a little bit of Welsh because she comes to this area, doesn't she? But she lives there. So Grace, what's that? Write down that station in Wales that no one can pronounce. See if we can do it. Write it down for us.
Grace, you're from this area, aren't you? Because I posted about the 7X show, and you went to that primary school, which talk about a small world. It's a very, very small world. Already voted for you, Dawn, says Travis, of course. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. Voted for you, Elbow Lane. Dave, thank you so much. Essex Brick, hello, Eddie.
And hello from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio, hello. Wow. And who's that?
What time is it there?
Oh, it's have you moved? Are you always, I think you were on the other side of the Atlantic the other time, weren't you?
Grace says Langfire Pig is shortened for the local station. I mean Cardiff.
Okay.
The one that you can't pronounce is Cardiff.
Landiddly goch.
No, Cardiff's the one I can't pronounce. Or Swansea. I have trouble with Swansea. Or Tenby.
Very good. Tenby, that's right.
Tenby.
Right. Real, says Paul Gray. Boom, boom. Should we get on? Enough of this wittering?
Nova Scotia, that is Canada.
I love that. Yeah. I was actually looking to move to Nova Scotia at one point.
You didn't tell me this. Was that last week you made that decision? I need to know these things.
It was after that awful
Is it because I went to move to Peterborough to wind you up?
I was thinking, how far can I get from Peterborough? Nova Scotia, that's it. I'll go. Right, shall we get on?
I remember when I go Cardiff, all I remember at Cardiff is there's Chip Alley. You heard of Chip Alley? Mm. No, seriously, you go to Cardiff and there's this alley and it sells chips. So they call it Chip Alley.
What?
It's brilliant.
It's the alley sells chips.
Well, no, every shop in that alley sells chips. So they call it Chip Alley.
Just chips.
Well, Chip Alley. It's singular.
Which Alley.
Yeah, which means it should be in Belfast. Because in Belfast, the plural for chips is chip.
No, don't do it. I feel an accent coming.
No, it is. When I went to Belfast and I ordered fish and chips, I ordered something and he goes, "You want chip with that?" And it's actually plural for chips.
I have this.
Look at me knowing everything.
I have this horrible fear that there's an impression coming on. Please don't do it. Please.
Evening all from the Vale of Glamorgan.
Oh, hello, Hugh Davis. Hello. It sounds
Hugh Davis. Is he Welsh?
He sounds
Hugh Welsh. Hugh Davis. Is that a Welsh name?
No, yeah.
I think it's very Welsh, isn't it? Yeah.
Shall we crack on? Yeah. This Wednesday Express is usually about model railways. Shall we crack on? So let's talk about Faversham, shall we? Last weekend, if you haven't seen the video, we were at the Faversham Model Railway Show, and what a fantastic show it was. If you've seen, judging by the layouts, there were some lovely, lovely layouts there. But what I most wanted to talk about, I'll get on to in a minute. Let's just talk about the layouts. The Victory was there, Ollie Turner with his debut, and something very different about the Victory because it was all open. You know how you normally have a tall layout and it's enclosed in a box. And I'm sorry, everybody. I do love a lot of layouts that are in boxes, but I do find them a little bit limiting. So I kind of want to peer around and see where the locos are going. But Ollie kind of turned it on its head and took the box away. And literally, he has an IKEA shelf. He wanted to keep the cost down. And he just has this lovely 360-degree view at eye level, which I thought was different and lovely. And you know me, I love a little bit different. I like something different. So that was really lovely. It was also fantastic to see Launceston Steam Railway. And what a gorgeous layout.
Yeah.
It's the craftsmanship is exceptional. You know, little blades of grass. It's just gorgeous, beautiful. Little poppies. Yeah. And it's just a fantastic layout, modelled on the actual Launceston Steam Railway, which is by Cat Conroy. Don't quote me on it. I did write it and I've forgotten about it.
I like the Czech one.
You want me to say it, don't you?
Yeah.
You want me Smirnov.
Just say it, Smirnov. No,
that's not even Czech.
No.
Smirzovka. Sorry, Ian Lampkin. I've just mullered that one. So sorry about that. That was also lovely and nice to see something very different.
Keith Harris is coming from Greece.
Hello, Keith.
Hello, Keith.
With Orville.
With Orville. Keith and Orville. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry we had to do it. I'm sorry. Oh, Grumpy had to go there. Good evening.
I wish I could fly up in the sky, but I can't. You can. I can't.
That's my impression of Orville. No. Or was it the monkey? No.
Please stop. It's all just going very, very pear-shaped. Very no. We're not even on the. I give up.
Banana bird has arrived.
I give up.
I wish I could fly.
It's the shortbread, isn't it?
Right. Oh yeah, I've eaten the shortbread.
It's the shortbread. Yeah. I can only apologise.
Can we see banana bird?
Right. Could you just for a moment, please? Right. He's been on the shortbread, and I only have Terry Nutlob to blame for that. Thank you, Terry. All that sugar. Anyway, shall we crack on? Because what I wanted to say about the Faversham Model Railway Show is, for the first time in a while, I started to see signs of things changing. And I know we've all been talking about the model railway hobby isn't dead. It's not dead. We all know that. It's a stupid thing to say. But for the first time, I saw real evidence that things are starting to change, because Keith and Terry Notlob, if you're watching, do you agree with me that there was a high number of younger people there? Swanage was manned by a young team. There was 17-year-old Callum, who I interviewed. There was Paul, who runs the team. 2 younger children, or teens. Sorry to call you children. That's really embarrassing. But it was just a young crowd there, a young group on Swanage. But just the show itself, lots of young kids, and also girls. It was so lovely to see young girls like 7, 8, 9, 10, that age, with their mums, no brothers. They're not there because their brother has dragged them along. But even if they have, I think, that's a great way into the hobby. It was just fantastic. And I felt this real sense of just a different kind of energy. And I'm thinking in 5 to 10 years, it's all going to look a little bit different. Perhaps this whole argument will be dead and buried, and along with, the whole title, the whole headline that we're bored with. It was just lovely to see. Another thing I want to say was the Faversham Model Railway Club. Thank you. Huge thanks to you all, because what a great show. And we go to lots and lots of shows, and we're delighted to be invited. It's always a real privilege to just be able to turn up and film and talk to everybody. And we always get really looked after. So thank you to all the Model Railway Clubs who've put up with us, sticking our cameras in their faces.
And we exhibit a lot as well. So as an exhibitor, they really looked after the exhibitors well.
They did. And we've got a lot to say about model railway shows coming up in the future after the Ladykillers layout is done. When it's done, we'll be talking more about that. But so thank you to Bob Bushell, Doug Atwood, Kelvin Ing for looking after us so well, and the catering team. Oh gosh, the food was fantastic. Wasn't
amazing, wasn't it? We had the vegetable lasagna with all the salad and everything.
Oh, absolutely. And it was the cake.
And all day long again, like Leamington Spa. They gave everyone cakes, all the exhibitors cakes all day long.
Okay, so Grumpy was in his element. But
any exhibition managers out there, my advice is give the exhibitors cakes all day long. That means you get a mention on our channel. Full stop.
And you didn't hold back, did you, Grumpy?
No.
You didn't hold back. No. Sorry about that. But if anybody didn't get cake at the weekend, well, you know who's to blame. But again, not just the exhibitors, everybody was looked after. All the visitors had a lovely day, and it was just a really pleasant weekend. But I just thought the organisation was perfect, from the parking to to the information that
we
they gave out.
went down in the morning to do some filming, didn't we, in Faversham on Sunday, and their banners were
Everywhere.
everywhere.
And as an exhibitor, what you really want is for the show to be promoted everywhere, because you don't want to be standing there and not many people turn up, because sometimes we've all driven quite a long way and it's lovely to meet everybody. So to see that they've gone to all that effort, it was just exceptional. So thank you. And of course, we met some people. Shall I share my screen, Grumpy?
Yeah.
Let's see who. Hopefully this will work. We met. It's your big moment, Kamikaze Keith. We met. Oh no, sorry, Terry Nutlub. Oh,
I can't see a thing. I've got nothing on the screen. So
as per usual,
no,
catch up. This is Terry Nutlub, and he was here with some Toblerone. What happened to that Toblerone? Because remember that conversation we had with Pat Goldblatt about
whether. Do you want to show it? I'm eating it.
Well,
there you go.
It's quite a big packet.
Well, that's what's left.
Well, I better stop sharing the screen. So, hold on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what's left.
Well, and he gave some bread, some shortbread as well.
Shortbread.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
But wasn't there another huge bar of Toblerone?
Oh yeah. And this is the one where they don't put the Matterhorn thing on. The bear's gone, isn't it? The bear's gone.
Yeah, and also it now says established in Switzerland. So Pat filled this in and said her friends wouldn't be insulted. Whoa, catch that. Could you adjust that?
I got it. Just
slight problem there.
Ooh.
Grumpy was so busy with the Toblerone. So what's going on in the comments? Just thought I'd make you aware, as you're exhibiting at Bury St Edmunds, there's absolutely no parking in the cathedral. Thanks so much for that. Thank you very much for that. What else? Unlike Lai, who ran out of brochures on the first day. Oh, did they? Oh, goodness. Should we have a look at the comments and catch up with what's been going on? I was wondering about a layout with real grass and bonsai.
Lee ran out of, that's the one in Manchester. They ran out of their brochure on the first day. That means it must have been very, very busy.
It must have been very busy. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? We've got Carol. Faversham looked fantastic, and congrats on winning with Brief Encounter. Thank you, Carol. And here it is. Here's my little plaque.
Yeah.
Haven't glued it on yet, but that was lovely to get. And it's always, I love going to shows just to meet everybody. And
tell them what I won there. In the raffle.
We'll get to it. So, the raffle.
Yeah.
So every so often there was a tombola there, and every so often Grumpy would disappear, and I'm thinking, where's he gone? Because he's meant to be helping. But he came back with this. Apparently he'd won this in the tombola. Great British Railway Journeys. Won that. Also, you won a bottle of wine, so that was good. Wine,
which is odd because neither of me drink, so still sitting there.
But I think the biggest thing, the thing he was most delighted with.
This is cool.
Grumpy. The thing he was most chuffed about was on the way home, he wanted to stop at, guess where, Mackie D's, and he won a fillet of fish.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, what is Grumpy on and where can I get some? I know, Hugh. I know. I'm so sorry. He's really, really hyper tonight. Sounds like Grumpy has been on the wine. I think the wine might chill him out, actually. It's the sugar that does it. That young lad was brilliant. What, Callum Saunders? He was really good. I just thought he was put me to shame.
And there was others in that little party. There was one that was 12. There was one that was 15.
Absolutely.
And it was run by kids, basically, wasn't it? And it really good and high standards as well, because the steam generation and stuff, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yes. Grumpy must be 20 stone by now.
14 stone something, or 13 stone.
Gonna start calling Grumpy Nanaman. That's Keith Harris. What else? 13 stone, £4.
Yeah.
Not really. What else have we got?
What about Travis? His photos.
I feel like Dawn needs to lock him out of the kitchen. That's John Edwards.
Yeah.
I probably need an industrial strength padlock though.
Yeah.
Black is Dawn's colour. She would fit right in with the fashion of New York City over here. Well, thank you, Roy. Thank you very much. I like to be fashionable, as you know.
Black is the new black, isn't it, in fashion?
Aaron says, thank goodness Grumps is not on the Aldi Blue Juice. Yeah, I tried some of that. Remember, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
They stopped selling it. We went there. They only had the red one, didn't they?
You were very disappointed.
I know. They stopped selling it.
So, yes, that was all the news at Faversham. So if you haven't watched the video, please do, because there are some great layouts there. And, part of the reason we started this channel with a show video, and that was what we pretty much did for the first few months, didn't we?
Yeah.
Grumpy, you paying attention? You're not just eating the biscuits?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm looking at Keith Harris's. I'm trying to, in the Black Country, A is for Opal, and Oh, I can't read it because there's a big love heart in front of it. Saying banana.
Well, if there's a big love heart in front of it, maybe people can click the love hearts. So we started off doing
someone
show
writes
videos.
something so his message goes up the screen so I can see it.
And
so
doing the Faversham show was kind of like going back to what we started, and we normally do shows. We haven't had one in a while. But yeah, it was lovely to do, and we've got a few coming up. We'll get on to. So Grumpy, I hate to give Grumpy even more airtime, but unfortunately, I allowed Grumpy to choose the where in the world.
Where in the world?
After Timber's triumph, which had me stumped, it was very, it was very remiss of me really to let Grumpy in on it. But here you go, everybody. I'm going to do this where in the world, and we'll reveal, or Grumpy, I'm sure, because you can't shut him up at the moment, we'll reveal where in the world at the moment. So here, where in the world, my lovelies, is this? We almost need some music. Come on, music.
Where in the world?
Is that it?
Yeah.
No, not that one. Is that one coming up? Can you see it? There you go.
I can't see
that
anything.
One. Not that one.
Well, it must be the right one because Simon's already guessed it.
Shall we just put them out of their misery, because it's so obvious, it's so easy, and actually you did give it away a few weeks ago.
Okay. No, but who here doesn't know that is Robert in Stratford, the loco in Stratford? Who doesn't know that?
Well, what are you asking them to do? Put their hands up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work, Grumpy, because we can't see them.
Oh, Simon guessed it before the picture was put up. I remember that thing. I named that tune in one.
Yeah, it's my joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. Me. Oh, they're all putting their hands up. Eddie,
Lake
Locust, Carol, keep hands up. Tom Marshall, Jago Hazard video. Oh, probably. What about where have you gone to, lovely, to my lovely as music? That would be nice. So I'll share it again.
See, so I thought it was really obvious what it was.
It is really obvious.
Because I took the other picture with Stratford Shopping Centre in the background, and I took it out.
I do apologise for Grumpy's camera work because he hasn't quite got this in frame. But this is it. This is Robert. The 060 saddle tank locomotive was built in 1933 by the Avonside Engine Company of Bristol for the Lamport Ironstone Mines Railway. I can do my best voiceover, my model railway show voiceover. After the railway closed...
Do your Nigella.
No.
Do your Nigella. Head down, Nigella.
After the railway closed in 1969, Robert worked on a number of heritage railways before being acquired by the London Docklands Development Corporation as an example of a 20th century industrial steam locomotive, and was displayed, see, I can't read it because he's cut the photo off, on the site of the former Beckton Gasworks, once the largest producer of town gas in Europe. I know another large producer of town gas, but we won't go there. I made him laugh. Well, you can read it for yourself, but if you want to find out more about Robert, please do. You can do it. So, Grumpy, if I'm going to give you a where in the world next time, could you make it just a little bit more challenging?
Yeah.
That would be good. So, you haven't mentioned my idea for an edible layout that people eat, mostly Grumpy. Does Grumpy have his own gas holder?
Gasometer.
Gas holder.
Why do people getting it wrong?
You know what? And in gas holder park, there's gas holder 8, 10, 11, 12. Even 4 gas holders wouldn't be enough, Tom. Wouldn't be enough. Especially after he's eaten all those bananas, Maura. Thank you for that suggestion last week. He took it to heart. Grumpy could fill a gas holder, please, Roy. Gas holder, if you don't mind, please.
No, it was on my side.
Yes, he could fill that and more. We won't go there. I could be quite crude. You may have seen as well, last week I had an interview with the CEO of Hornby, the lovely Ollie Rayburn. And that just came about actually quite last minute because Hornby had produced, as we discussed last week, The Return of the Hobby. Now, not sure about that title because did hobbies ever go away? I think we've had hobbies since cavemen were painting on walls, surely. But catchy title, I guess. And there were some interesting statistics that we talked about. And last week, remember, we talked about mental health and how I've been quoting this statistic all weekend about how we're happier when we hobby than when we don't. And we're happier when we hobby with our partners, believe it or not. So lots of lovely statistics. And I just so happened to mention to Ollie, would you like to have a chat? And he very kindly came on and we had a chat about that report. Now, yes, I could have gone in more depth into Hornby and the state of the Hornby. And usually when I interview a CEO, I ask for viewers questions. I didn't that time because I was kind of under a kind request just to keep it to the report, which I did. But at some point, I mean, I've had the interview with Martin Weaver. At some point, we'll get Ollie on again. But interestingly, he has been reading your comments, and we had a bit of a discussion about a couple of those comments. And on the whole, I was very impressed and blown away by such lovely comments about Ollie and about the report, and of course about mental health and how this lovely hobby of ours, as well as other hobbies, keep us all feeling good about ourselves. And so that was good. Have a watch of that interview if you haven't already. He makes some very valid points. But reading between the lines, and I think a few of you have picked this up, I interviewed the CEO of Lego a couple of weeks ago, and not for this channel, obviously part of my BBC work. And Lego, of course, the biggest toy company in the whole world, a construction company, a building set company. And they have recently branched out into Lego Icons, which are much more complex kits, which probably still an 11-year-old could do. They're very expensive, £399 for the
crocodile,
house.
Haven't they? They've got the crocodile logo.
They have the crocodile logo. They don't. That's only on Amazon at the moment, though, isn't it?
I don't think it's on there. I think actually that's this section down, isn't it? But
I don't think they're selling it. I think you can only get it on Amazon now. But they do have other kits, don't they?
Yeah.
But they also have like bouquets of roses, and they've gone into architecture and botanicals. And Ollie mentioned this. And reading between the lines, I feel like what he was saying is that Airfix is their next. Airfix is going to be the place where they expand into the wider demographic. That's my feeling. Anyone got any thoughts on that? Lego is not Lego anymore, says Timber Surf. Oh, interesting. Not the kind that we played with, which was about 5 different colours and just a few different bricks, maybe. But it's a serious obsession, says Roy Horn. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And but if it keeps people happy and occupied and busy and helps with mental health, it's all good, isn't it? But so yeah, I was kind of thinking that watch this space, Airfix might be where they're moving away from the, don't quote me on this, this was me just reading between the lines, moving away from the military theme, the planes. I mean, Grumpy, didn't Airfix used to have didn't they have a galleon or something? Was that a galleon? And they had Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn, what they actually made Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
And
also
wouldn't be my first choice, but
you bought for Brief Encounter, you bought the little kiosk. You bought it secondhand on eBay, and it's from the 60s.
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
was an Airfix kit. I don't know if Dapple make them now, but that when you bought yours, it was a 60s Airfix kit. And all the instructions were yellow, weren't they? They just
yeah, they were.
So you had to work it out about the instructions.
But also on the Spitfire on my layout gets a lot of attention. Lots of people comment on the Spitfire, and also the little tractor. I had a little boy talk to me about the little tractor that I made, which was probably the fiddliest thing I made on that layout. Oh. So
Gary's just arrived from the dentist.
Hello, Gary. Welcome.
That's a good dentist this time of night, isn't it?
I think Gary's overseas.
Oh. Is he overseas? Or he could be private.
Trevor, hello, Trevor. I remember when Airfix kits cost 10 shillings. It's the Hearts obscuring it. 10p in current money. Yeah. Really? They're $6.99 in Aldi at the moment. So go along. In Lidl. Yeah. Other supermarket branches do apply. Simon Wells, Airfix are doing really well with their range. Yes, they did release Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn's a funny one. I wouldn't immediately think, oh, what shall I model tonight? Yeah. Oh, Anne Boleyn.
But when you get your Anne Boleyn, do you do it with the head on or the head off?
The head off, was that less expensive?
It is less expensive, yeah.
It's a discount.
Yeah.
10% off. Isn't your head 20% of your height? So it'd be 20% off. Boom. There you go. Oh, I know these things.
Oh, Maura said she emptied a load of Lego on the floor. Worst thing you can do, because what happens, you get that, ow.
I know, walking on Lego, it's like walking on a plug. When we were at Mob Expo, where, do you remember one of the trade stands? Yeah. They just got huge boxes of Lego and tipped it out in the corner so that their kids just could play with it all day long. Kept them busy while they were exhibiting.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Good.
The annoying thing is I had to keep on moving the kids out of the way because I wanted to do it. They kept on trying to get back and try and play with it.
You didn't just move them, Grumpy. You kind of...
Well, I pushed them, yeah. All right.
Sharp elbows. Yeah. That man.
Ask them the question.
Oh, the question.
This is nice.
Grumpy's telling me not to waffle anymore. So we normally have a question of the night. Well, our question of the night tonight is thinking about Bachmann and Hornby, for example. Where do you think? And speaking about the whole Airfix thing, where would you like to see Bachmann Hornby diversify next within the model railway hobby? What kind of thing could they branch into in the model railway hobby? So did I get that right?
Yeah, like Hornby could do more figures or scenics AI, computer stuff.
Could be.
Yeah, a computer
so
game.
Your comments, please. Your thoughts, please. They're still talking about Airfix. Maybe we should just and Lego. Should we just let this run? I had a Zorro and the two guys from a man from Uncle.
And with your question, it can't be anything to do with trains
or locos. So anything outside the locos.
Anything outside of the locos, the carriages, the wagons.
Grace says defo more on the scenery side, says Grace, especially Bachman. Well done. Underground trains in 00. We'll get onto that. Ooh. But it's not Hornby or Bachman, it's somebody else. You may have seen. You may have seen in industry news. I have some news. Grumpy Nursery. Yeah, the Lego. It was really. If you just had some cake
just next to it. Just had a bridge replaced by the dentist. Was $2,500.
That's your 20%, as in your in the States.
On his layout? What, a bridge on his layout?
No, a dental bridge.
Oh, I was going to ask. I thought maybe his dentist has come around to play with his layout and he's just picked up the bridge, put a new one on and charged
them. Those dentists, no wonder they all drive nice cars. Yeah. So Ron and Heather are in the States, and obviously their health system works a little bit differently to ours. So 20% of your dental bill was $2,500. Oh gosh, that's very, very expensive. Whoa. Well, I hope you're feeling okay, Ron, and that you're feeling healthy and happy, and your mouth is feeling good. So, but yeah, it probably. What is it? I'm struggling to say. Probably feel better in the mouth, but not in the pocket, something like that. So yes, affordable lines of products, spares. Yes, and I know when we were at Miniature Wonderland, shock horror. We asked, why isn't there a British layout here at Miniature Wonderland? And the lovely man we were speaking to said it's because most of the manufacturers, the UK manufacturers, won't give us spares. And of course, you can imagine if they're running all those trains and locos all day long, they're going to wear out and they'll need spares. And I asked him, anyone in particular? And he quite openly said Hornby. He said Hornby doesn't give us any spares, so we can't use Hornby. And of course, Hornby, as well as Pico, are great British brands. So there you go.
Grace is suggesting some of their range of buildings come with pre-lit interiors, because not everyone knows about electricity.
Nice. I guess
people know about electricity. I mean, not people know how to fit lights and stuff. Yeah. That's true. That's a good one.
Tom says, I think Bachman and Hornby should focus on their locos and let smaller players focus on other elements, i.e. Hornby Scenics have never been great. Their buildings are outdated, really. Not talking about myself, by the way. I wasn't going to say, Tom. Well, you have a point. It's like, instead of trying to fix there's this theory, isn't there? If you're you work on the things you're not good at. So if you're brilliant at locos, but you're not so brilliant on scenery, you put all your effort into improving your scenery. But actually, conversely, what they should say is forget the scenery. Just put all your effort into the thing you do well. Don't try to be good at everything. Just focus on the stuff you do well. Let everybody else take up the slack. I think that's kind of the point.
Do they still have the I love this a few years ago. They had their Skirtdale range. They had the canal, the actual canals sides. It was, I don't think they're going to make it anymore, but a proper canal.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
It's worth looking into, isn't it? I'm just making a note.
Roy says the 3D printer will make scenes building redundant. But what did Pete say?
I don't know. We'll have to have a look.
Remember what Pete said about 3D printing?
Oh, what Pete Waterman? Yeah. Well, no, but Tom has a different view. So Pete said, he was talking about Leamington Spa, and he was talking about, he built it X number of years ago, and now the resin is turning to dust. So he said that, which was kind of shock horror. A lot of people had a big intake of breath. But then Tom came over and said, Tom from Buggles Kelly Station said, if you paint it, it'll last forever. So there you go, two different sides of that. Shall we move on? What are we talking about? So that was Hornby, our interview with Hornby. Yeah. We do have, I did say in the little post that we'd be talking about a Hornby fail. And I do want to talk about this, but we're going to talk to Hornby about it first, because I want to give them the right to reply, as any good journalist would, because I have a question about this particular product. And so we're going to give it some time, and I'll reveal all next week when we have more of the facts for you.
Evergreen Junction says a funicular railway system. Who makes that? There's a company that makes that.
Evergreen Junction.
And you're going to get it second hand.
I love a good funicular.
Oh God, yeah.
I do. They did canal stuff in mid-2000s.
They did.
Fallard does 3D printed buildings as a service. Ivo von Son says, Lake Locos, Hornby could do N-gauge starter sets and T-gauge, the tiny stuff, not TT. Yes, got you. Timbersurf resin 30 years ago was in its infancy, much different now. I think so. I think probably that's where we were going with that. Langley models are at Three Bridges, not far from Dawn, so Dawn could interview them. I could, Jeffrey. That's a very, very good point. Hermitage Road, good evening. Welcome.
You need the room for a 3D printer and the cash. Have they gone down in pricing?
About £250, I think.
There was one on eBay, wasn't there? Brand new. No, Amazon 139.
I think you've got shares in eBay because you mentioned all the time.
No, do you remember when we went to Belgium? They had a display of them and stuff like that. And they were about €300. And we came back and we saw them on Amazon brand new for 139, but they were all basic one.
Tom says a good idea for Hornby would be a road system like Fowler. Yeah. But for UK vehicles, they already own Oxford. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because Tommy Tech make a road system, but it doesn't work. Or Tomix.
Roy says, I'm going to market a 3D printer that uses shortbread just for Grumpy. You'd have one very happy.
Shortbread.
I'll leave that for later. One very happy customer there. Does anyone remember something motorways? It's hidden by the heart. So just click the heart and it'll disappear. So there you go. That's the question. Well, keep them coming. Keep those answers coming because it's all very interesting. One more. Shall we go? Shall we do another little pluggaroo for the awards if you fancy it, if you'd like to, if you haven't voted already? I'd love it if you'd vote for Model Railway Quest in the Hornby Magazine Model Railway Awards. That would be lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Grumpy, for doing that. Does anyone remember Minick motorways? I don't, but Jeffrey Smith says I do. Try a Minick motorway. I'll have to look into that. Yes, I do. I have some of their ships. I'll have to have a look at that. Hornby had a road system in the 60s, back in the 60s with Minick motors. You know what? Actually, it does ring a bell. Didn't Four Feather Falls, Steve Searson has this great layout, which was at the Seven Oaks show, called Four Feather Falls. Don't say that when you haven't got your teeth in. And it's all, it's triple O, isn't it? Lion brand. And he was talking about Minick motors, I think. So I might have to go back and you can turn off the heart if that helps, Dawn. Okay, thank you. Will do. Actually, I quite like it there. It's quite nice. We'll see. Right, what else is going on? Oh, yes. Ladykillers news. Ladykillers news. Slowly but surely.
What we bought.
Episode 5 is, I promise you, coming. The wiring episode is the episode to end all episodes. It's taking me some time to do all the close-ups and all the shots, and we've had limited time this week because we've been busy, but it will be coming. We're finishing it now. And people have been asking me about it, haven't they? So sorry. It will be coming very, very soon. And then after that, we'll be doing level 2 with the very famous Copenhagen tunnel.
You did the last bit of soldering today on it.
I did.
But no more soldering for that whole layout. Yay!
But I like soldering.
I know, you don't do any more. You did the last of it.
Does anyone want any soldering doing? I'll do it for you. I could solder all day long to my heart's content. But Copenhagen Tunnel's coming next, which I have to get right, don't I? I have to make sure I get that right. Carol, as a complete beginner to model railways, your build videos for the Ladykillers are really good. Oh, thank you. Can you do some videos that explain how the trains run as it's beyond me? That will be coming in the wiring episode. Yes. So I'm talking about wiring, literally back to basics, the very basics. And I'll also be talking about controllers. And I go a little bit further and talk about shuttle controllers because I use a shuttle controller, a DC shuttle controller with accelerator. I use 3 of them from Block Signaling. And there is going to be a discount on shuttle controllers. And my little dog, Boo, has just joined me down here. So if you hear some panting, that's not Grumpy. It is actually Boo.
Rick Steer says that Jules Holland's layout has a Mimic motorway system.
Oh, interesting. Carol says, thank you. You're very welcome, Carol. It will be coming out very, very soon. So now then, did anyone remember the gallery that I had on my website? And people used to send me their gallery photos, and some of you still have.
You haven't shown them the Gauge Master thing.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Grumpy. He does have his uses. Talking about the Ladykillers, I've added a little bit of extra track because I couldn't resist. It was something that I saw online on Rails of Sheffield. And it's one of these. Does anyone know what this is? I'm sure you will do. You're not. You will know what that is. So I've put a little bit of track on the side because every time I get the exhibition layout out, I, of course, do what everybody else does. And I spend a good deal of time cleaning the rails, cleaning the track with my little cotton bud and my alcohol. But a lot of that dirt obviously comes from the wheels of the locos. So I thought I'd get a little wheel cleaner. This is a Gauge Master wheel cleaner. It was about £25. Not a plug. I don't have any affiliation with Gauge Master at all. Don't worry. And I thought what I would do is I'd just you just sit it on the track. The track is on, the power's on, and you put your little loco on there, and it just does a little clean.
Ivo's saying it's far too short for a lot of. It is actually. We found that, but all your locos are tank locos, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes.
But there's a little bit at the end, isn't there, where you can actually put a second one to it to have two.
You could. It was there's a little groove.
The other idea she wanted to do was because when we're at an exhibition, everyone helps each other, don't they? So they can basically all the other layouts can come over to you now. Because obviously you could be running your Ladykillers fully, and because it's on a separate track dedicated to that, you could be cleaning their wheels at the same time.
And no grumpy.
For a service.
No grumpy.
In fact, we could charge.
I knew you were going. I was just about to
charge.
I was just about to say, Grumpy. No, you can't charge for that. He's just so predictable. So predictable. Roy says, "Is Carol Bird related to Banana Bird?" I doubt.
Yeah, Tim said, only want some pebbles. Yeah, don't put your rubber wheels on there.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, it was just a little bit of a thing. Just a little bit of a thing. That was that. So, what else are we talking about? Oh, yes, I was talking about the gallery before I was rudely interrupted. I said all that without moving my lips. That we had the gallery online, and we had every month people would send me their photos, and I'd put them online, and then you'd get your Model Railway Quest little plaque, star layout. We'd have star layout. So I'd like to bring that back at some point on the website, but I thought, why not bring it here to the Wednesday Express? So that's what we'll do. So if you have any layout photos that you'd like to see on the Wednesday Express, I'm more than happy to show them. I'll probably show 2 or 3 every week.
I was asking for a quick view of Boo.
I wish I could, but if I did that, you'd also see all the mess that's on the carpet. So sorry, it's all an illusion what you see behind the screen. It's all boxes and track and all that kind of stuff. But I will post a photo.
Why don't we?
I'm allergic to bananas, Carol. I think I am actually, Carol. I'm allergic to bananas.
On Facebook, let's post a picture of Boo, Bandit, and Abba.
Okay. I'll post. Abba is a cross. She's a Irish Wolfhound Husky cross. Boo is a Cocker Spaniel, and Bandit is just a Moggy.
Crazy, yeah.
Moggy. What was I saying? I was saying so. Oh yeah, the gallery. If you have a layout that you'd like to show online on the Wednesday Express, I'll post 2 or 3 every week. And just to kick it off, I have these. Travis, I haven't forgotten you. I've got your photos that I'm going to share in just a moment. So this is from John Dobson, and if I can just line this up in just a moment, let me show gallery 1. Let me see, because he actually did a little bit of an explainer. If this comes up properly. I have an HO scale end-to-end layout, but sometimes just want to watch a train running. However, I had no space for another layout. So I've just got an oval of Cato N-gauge track in a really useful 33-litre box. You know those plastic boxes that you get from Poundland or whatever? Those Poundland cheapies. It's scenic with grass, mats, and various materials, scatter materials. The buildings are 3D printed, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So I thought this was rather different and rather unique. Have a look at this. This is John's layout, and it's in a box. Yeah, you can see it. So you can see it's one of those plastic containers. A lovely little layout. Thank you, John, for sharing that. I've got another photo. Let me find it again. That's share the. Do you remember, Grumpy? The share the photo button is so very near the end, the screen button.
Explode button.
Oh no, this one's gallery 3. Let's show that one. So this is John Dobson's lovely little layout. Thanks for sharing. So if you have, I do love your cherry blossom trees there, John. Very, very nice. Very lovely. And I also love your little grass patterns, because grass, I think, is difficult to get right when the temptation is just to put static grass over everything, and then it just looks very uniform. So thank you for that. If you have a layout that you would like to see on the Wednesday Express, then do send 2 or 3 photos and a brief description to modelrailwayquest@gmail.com, and we'll show them online. We'll show them on the Wednesday Express, won't we? So John's layout is brilliant, says Roy Horn. Aaron Oxford, oh, that's cool. I agree.
Hello, Barnabas has just joined us.
Hello, Barnabas. Hello, Jason. Hello to you. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Carol, lovely, lovely, lovely. So also, Travis, I was talking about Faversham earlier, and somebody, Stuart Davies, who has the fantastic sheep coat. I think I've got that wrong, and I've only just spoken about it. Sorry, Stuart. It's this fantastic EM gauge layout, and it was his first attempt at EM gauge, but he came rushing up to me and said, Dawn, because he built everything, of course, it being Scratch built everything, it being EM gauge. And he said, Dawn, please, please, please tell your subscribers and your viewers about Templot. Has anyone here heard of Templot? It is, to quote, it's a 3D, it's a track printing system. I've got my notes here. I'm going to read them out. It's a computer program which generates model railway track construction templates for turnouts, crossovers, diamond crossings, slips, three-way tandem turnouts, and for plain track lengths. It's open source. You pretty much go to his website. It means everyone can use it for free. You download it and you can create your track layouts. You print them all out.
That's it. Timber Surf Templot.
Templot. That's right. Templot. Thank you, Timber Surf, for writing that. Lots of adverts tonight. Sorry about that, Roy. Not intentional. I've got it on conservative.
We've got it on low.
Low. Can't do much. They're going to advertise anyway. We can't really stop them, but we put it on low. So on that note, the lovely Travis, who is, as we all know, Questie #1, the very first member of the Questie community, sent me some photos of his track. Now, Travis, did you use Templot for this? Because when you showed me that, I was really, really impressed. And I thought this was special. And certainly after doing my track plan on Canva, I used Canva. I thought this looks really, really good. So has anybody used this? Travis, track plan #1. There you go. This is Templot. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is Templot. Travis, you answer. Is this Templot? Sounds like someone plotting a raid in a temple, Simon. Yes. The adverts are never for locos or tracks, says Roy Horn. Well, they're missing a trick, really, aren't they? No, I didn't use Templot, says Travis. Well, whatever this is, it's absolutely lovely. But this is Travis's St. Bede's layout. And I just love how he's got the track and he's got all where the trees are going. And I think that must be really, really helpful when you're planning your layout. For me, I used Canva. You right there, Grumpy? Yeah. I used Canva, and then I just pretty much marked out everything on my layout with a marker pen. So there you go. I'm going to show the other one. So Travis, do you mind us asking what you did use, or is that a trade secret? Sorry if I put you on the spot there. Here's the other one. Travis did send a video. As you know, when I try to share videos, because I'm not using a streaming platform at the moment, it breaks YouTube. So just show photos. So again, I think that's really nice. Sorry, my face is in the way there, but very, very nice. That's a pretty big layout. It is. It's huge, isn't it, Travis? Tell us all about it. Tell us about your layout, because it is lovely and he's been working on it for some time. That's a comprehensive layout, says Aaron.
It's massive.
So I love it that way.
There's a little Model U Dawn on there, isn't there?
There is.
Model U Dawn.
We showed that, didn't we, a few weeks ago, didn't we? Yeah. But I think there's room on this the Wednesday Express for us to share some layouts. So share your layouts, share your, even if it's a work in progress, we'd love to see it. And if you've discovered something new or innovative or something that you're excited about, come and bring it to the Wednesday Express. Send me your photos ahead of time so I can, line them all up and I can show them. But we'd love to hear about it, because I love hearing what you're up to.
Gary says he's got a Black Prince and a Joan of Arc affix.
Interesting. See, they did have some unusual figures. How do you make a Joan of Arc up?
Travis says he nicked someone else's plan and adapted it.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Whatever works.
Well done for admitting that, Travis.
Whatever works. Even a model of Dawn is taller than Grumpy. I have to say, it's true. I have to say, because I have one of me on my own layout, and I normally do with the people who come to see my stand. I say, I'm on the layout, see if you can find me. Well, I haven't made it very easy because I've painted myself quite dark, but I am taller than literally everybody on the layout.
Oh, and Aaron's got you on his layout as well.
Oh, yes. Aaron, thank you. And of course, we did make that. Timber Surf was very, very rude when I mentioned feeling very proud to be on the same list as Charlie Chadwick, as I call him, Charlie Bishop. And I did say, after meeting Charlie at Worley, the comments were that, Dawn, we didn't realise how tall you were. But Timber Surf went there, didn't you, Timber Surf? You actually
need a Model U of Grumpy cameraman.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think, have you ever done the Model U thing where you're in the enclosure and, you stand in it?
I won't stay still long enough.
I think we'd have to push you in with a broom.
I won't stay still long enough, would I?
You wouldn't. And it is literally like that. Yeah. And you still won't stay.
I'll probably take some soap if he gets a shower.
Yes. Dawn is actually 7 feet 6 inches. How do you know? How did you know?
She's Barbie size.
But not as skinny. It was interesting the other day, wasn't it? Because we had a comment in the comments section. Because obviously, we go to shows and people know us and come and say hello. But we went to Halfords, didn't we?
Oh, London.
Because in London, after I'd just done a BBC shift, I needed to get a new headlamp in London. And then lo and behold, in the comments, I saw you in Charlton's Halfords.
Yeah.
From a person, I've never known this person comment below before. So that was quite unusual. But hello, thank you. Should have come and said hello. Always happy to say hello. Always happy to have a chat. Right. There you go. So that's that. So that's Travis's printing. Very impressed with that, Travis. When I saw it, I thought, wow, I think I need to have some of that. But again, send us your layouts, send us your photos, send us all your little innovations and all the things you're proud about. Send it to modelrailrequest@gmail.com and we'll feature it on the Wednesday Express, not stopping at Peterborough. Right then, anything else, Grumpy, you need to add before we get on to industry news? How are we doing for time?
No.
Are we all good? Are we all good? It's time to put another shilling in the meter. I know we're coming up to the witching hour, 8:30. It's the time Grumpy normally goes to bed with his hot water bottle. But I hope Grumpy gets 3D printed to go with the Dawn figure. Do you, Travis? Really? Does the world need another Grumpy or 10? Do our layouts really need a Grumpy on them? I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure. So it's time for, what was it? Oh, you didn't do your jingle for gallery. Could we have a jingle? Does Grumpy need to do a jingle for the gallery?
Da, 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 the gallery.
That's what, remember Vision On?
We can't do Vision On because we'll have to pay some royalties.
Can we do Vision Off?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put up John Dobson's. Do you remember Vision On from when we were kids?
Yeah.
I'm going to put up John's lovely layout. Can you do the music?
Oh.
Okay. Wait.
I want a mouthful.
No, not with your mouthful. You're just count yourself lucky that you can't see what I can see because Grumpy eating and talking with his mouth full. So here you go. Remember the Vision On music? Do 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 do. Don't know where I'm going with this.
We're going to be taken off YouTube.
So come on, Grumpy, your best Vision On music or Vision Off jingle. Make it up.
La la. I wish I could fly right up to the sky. I can't. You can. You can.
I'm sorry. I can only.
That was for Keith Harris.
Only apologise. Even Booze got up in horror. She stood up in horror.
Vision On. Tony Hart.
He was great, wasn't he, Tony?
Tony Hart was a captain in the Gurkhas.
Was he?
So he could basically paint you a nice little figure and rip you in two.
How appealing. How very, very appealing. I forgot to mention when I was talking about the Faversham show, actually, about, seeing lots of younger people and girls. And of course, more women in the hobby. And it's lovely. I always talk to women. And I just wanted to give a shout out. Grace is here because I do have my Women's Railway Modelling Facebook group. And I do have other YouTubers on there. There's the lovely Carol. There's Grace. There's Studio Tours. Janice. There's Debbie. Lots and lots of lovely people. Yeah. So if you know,
most of the women,
and it's lovely to see them. Pat's there, and Maura,
really
and not necessarily YouTube. It's just lovely to have you on board. But here's a bit of a shout out. If you know a lady railway modeller, please do point them my way and ask them if they'd like to join the Facebook group for women in railway modelling, because it's a growing group of women, hugely talented. I have to say, I'm in awe of some of the layouts and some of the photos that get posted, and just really, really creative group and lovely supportive group as well. And everyone's there to answer questions and give advice and to just a little bit of a brag every now and then. It's good to show off every now and then. And I will put the link in the clubhouse, the Questy Clubhouse. So if you know of a lady railway modeller or an aspiring railway modeller, a lady railway modeller, then please point them my way. It would be lovely to have them on board. That would be great. There you go, a little bit of shout out. Shall we do industry news? Industry news. Wow, what a big week it's been. In fact, a huge couple of weeks. All of the big releases coming out, aren't they? It's very, very exciting. And I have some exciting news. Shall we do as we're singing? Do you remember the big news we've got coming out in a minute? Go on then.
Big news coming out in a minute.
No.
Okay.
I've forgotten my bit now. There you go. Who says that we're not musical? We prove it every week. That's coming up in a minute. Ivor the Engine. But first, a little bit from Revolution. So Revolution Trains has, let me get up the picture if I can find it. I love these. These look incredibly smart. Take a look at these. Revolution Trains has just announced, I mean, there's loads of products. We'd be here all night if I was just going to do all the releases. But Revolution Trains has unveiled decorated samples of its highly anticipated N-Gauge 1938 stock London Underground trains. And this was, they unveiled them at the N-Gauge, big N-Gauge show this past weekend. So these are in original rail red, 1970s era bus red, and as preserved at the London Transport Museum in Acton in rail red and Bakerloo line copper brown roofs. I think they're lovely. Ben Ando, good friend of mine, he says this is the first time anyone has produced a ready-to-run mass market tube train in N, and we've worked hard to achieve smooth and consistent running. And weirdly, when we first talked to Ben, when we launched this channel, we talked to Ben before Worley last year, and we said, why hasn't anyone done, not that we influenced him, because I know these things take time, but we did ask, didn't we, why isn't there more on the London Underground? Because I'm a big fan of the London Underground. And so there you go for you London.
I wonder if, because Kingsway Models make a load of 00 gauge underground stations, I wonder if they'll start making more N-Gauge 00 stations. The little kit you bought for Ladykillers, they also do the.
They do.
I wonder if they start doing N.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? I think they do have some stuff on there, but it would be good to see it in N. But wasn't
even like we do the 00 gauge on our shop, don't we? London Transport and Underground. We should start doing the N one.
It's on. We should. We absolutely should.
Yeah.
Note to self, we'll do the N one. But on that note about the London Underground, Twitter, who doesn't look like he's here tonight, but if you're on Catch Up Twitter, hello. Said he was going to see a play about Harry Beck, who created the London Underground tube map.
Yes,
So come and tell us all about it. Come and tell us all about it. On that note,
Simon's talking about they've got the Isle of Wight set as well.
They have got the Isle of Wight set.
But
they do.
To make it more realistic now, what you need to do, because if you look at the Isle of Wight set in the last few years, they're actually not looked after. The outside's all paint dripping, paint peeling. So what you need to do is you need to take one of those and just get put some acid on it, some nail varnish, make it look awful, alcohol, a little bit of graffiti and stuff like that, and then you've got the perfect Isle of Wight train.
Absolutely. Aaron says my particular underground rolling stock is the Art Deco stock. I love it. It's lovely. And beautiful, isn't it? And we are going to be going to the Acton Museum soon to do a little piece on that. So stay tuned on that. But also,
and I got a couple of months, well, about a year ago now. I went to the 38 was coming in.
Yes.
At Acton.
That was gorgeous. Wasn't it?
And I used my influence and my body armor, and they let me go into the cab up the front and pretend to drive it.
Yeah, there you go. Lucky made his day. Honestly, I've never seen Grumpy smile, but he smiled quite hard that day.
But also, it's funny actually on that day because we were there because they were saying, just basically crowd control. And we were going, there's nothing going to happen here. They're just a load of lovely people doing train spotting. All right. Oh, my God. How many people kicked off?
I know. They did get very intense about that.
I was actually saying, guys, could you just move back from the side of the platform? No, we're not going to. We ended up taking one of them out. He got himself nearly nicked. He actually not moved into the platform.
Aaron says 38 yes is so easy to drive. I love them. You're a train driver. Oh wow. And Paul says for true authenticity, run no Isle of Wight trains at all. Boom. There you go. There you go. So moving on, because there's so much product industry news to get on with. Who have we got up next? Just wanted to mention about the Revolution. So the 4-car set is £215. The 3-car add-on is £175. There you go.
Which makes a lovely 7-car set.
7-car set. There you go. So next we have, now who's seen this? Hopefully some of these pictures have disappeared. I'm hoping it's here. They've all it's here. It's here. Yes, it's here. So Rails of Sheffield have just announced that they've teamed up with James May to bring a taste of his fabulous gin brand, James Gin, to 00 gauge. So this is a special edition double 00 gauge 6-wheel tank wagon. It says the perfect vehicle to ferry gin around your layout. Other alcohols are available. And as a must-have for James fans and gin lovers alike. What else? First batch is already sold out though. Pre-order for batch 2 is £25 if that takes your fancy. Go a little bit of James Gin. But the news when we saw it today, or actually we saw it a little bit before, but it was announced today. RAPIDO has been very, very busy. RAPIDO is our local, just up the road in Maidstone, and they've had a big set of releases. They've released their new LMS 20T iron ore hoppers in 00. a new 00 gauge GNR 8-ton van. Also, World of Railways teamed up with BMR launches RAPIDO NCB 20T hopper wagon. So they're busy, but the one that we love, the launch that we love the most is this one. And we won't sing it again because we've mullered this song. We're not going to do it again, but it is, of course, you guessed it. If I can just key up the right photo. Oh, it's when technology fails me. Let me just see. I've got to have them now.
I love
Here we
that.
go.
AMAC just said, you know when you're old and your commuter train is now in a museum. That's so true. Like the slam door. And the Spa Valley have slam doors, didn't they? Yeah.
I remember even when 10 years ago. Even. So it's Ivor the engine. Do you remember we were... Oh, I like that. Timber has actually done phonetically. Very good, very good. And actually, I was speaking to Andy today.
Hasn't. He's just talking about a Russian friend of his.
Pushtikov.
Yeah. A girl he knows called Pushtikov.
Pushtikov.
Yeah.
We won't go there. I was talking to Andy today from RAPIDO, and he was saying that it comes with DC sound, and it does have that famous Pushtikov. It does. It has all the original sounds from the TV series. So Pushtikov is there. There'll be a dragon. So of course there's Jones, the Steam, there's Idris, the dragon.
There's Di the Station.
Di the
in
Station.
One set, and
Evan the Song. Oh,
no. You have to buy the extra pack to get Evan the Song and the choir. And a Bluebell the Donkey.
Bluebell the Donkey, yes, different packs. So what they've done, because of course Ivor, we grew up with Ivor. To be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan when I was younger, but when my son was little, we used to sit together and watch Ivor. And I just thought that Ivor the Engine was this beautiful, calm, very peaceful children's TV program in a sea of noise and craziness on children's TV, and it's just I have a real soft spot for Ivor. So of course Oliver Postgate and Peter Furman created it, and they did little 2D figures. So that explains, I'm going to show some more photos, and that explains why they're doing it this way. They haven't created 3D figures, they've created these 2D cardboard figures. Let me have I'm going to show you some more. I've got Ivor set. I've got these all in order. Let's have a look at Ivor 2. Comes in a little box set like this, a very special box set. Very, very nice. So I can see that being under the Christmas tree or sooner.
Or if Tom's ordered an Ivor, that means there's no reason why Tom can't make a little Ivor layout to go with the Buggles Kelly Station layout he's making.
So maybe as well as a film thing, we can have a TV thing.
So that means Tom. That means now for Adbrow we've got Brief Encounter. We've got Ladykillers. What's it called? Titfield Thunderbolt is coming. Buggles Kelly Station is coming, and if Tom makes a second one, that means we have 5 layouts in that room.
We do. So a film theme and a TV theme.
Yeah. So Tom, make it, please.
Paul Gray says, "Who knows the full name of the railway company?" Well, I'm cheating. It is the Merioneth and Lantislily Rail Traction Company Limited. How did I do? Did I get that right? So there you go. Lots of lovely. I'm going to show them all because I think this is just lovely, 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 lovely. I love them all.
How about Ivor meets the Clangers, says Simon. The Clangers, they were made out of crochet, weren't they? They were crocheted.
Knitted, I think.
But have you seen them? In real life, they're massive. They're about 3 foot high.
They'd have to be, wouldn't they? Because filming them would be... I'm just going to show you the whole, what I've been sent from Rapido.
Tom's saying, "What's a pity it won't be here in time." Yes, but Tom, you've got a 3D printer. Forget, because that's
he's already in enough trouble with YouTube. Yeah. Don't get him in trouble with Rapido.
That's what what's it called? Titfield Thunderbolt. They actually made Titfield Thunderbolt before Rapido.
I know, but Rapido does have a worldwide license now with Oliver Postgate, son Daniel Postgate.
Swore. Apparently, according to...
Don't ruin my illusions, please.
But that's like Pingu. Pingu made blow-off sounds. She blew off. Or he blew off.
It's a he, I think.
Is it a he? Is Ping... Quick question to everyone tonight. Question tonight: is Pingo a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. It's a boy. So anyway, some more photos. I'm going to show them all. They're lovely. I do think it's lovely, and yes, I think it's going to inspire lots of lovely. That'll be good for kids, but also grown-up kids.
Jamie and his magic torch. Anyone else remember that? No, I don't remember that at all.
I do.
Jamie and his magic torch.
Well, we were talking about Casey Jones and the Cannonball Express. I remember that. We were talking about nostalgia, don't we? You know, there's money in nostalgia. You know, all the toy companies know that people our age will spend a lot of money on things from our own childhood.
Airfix, bring back Flight Deck.
Please don't. Roy Hoyen says best use they or them for penguins. Okay, we'll do.
What do I suggest Rapido bring out from in the
Oh, in the night garden.
Yeah,
The Ninky Nonk.
They should bring a Ninky Nonk out. Yeah, or if not, Tom, why don't you, your 3D printer, make a Ninky Nonk model railway, okay, to add to the other ones you're making for the Abingdon show. Then we'll have 6. No, we'll have 7 TV and film field layouts.
No disrespect to Tom, but Eddie does have a 3D printer. There are other 3D printers.
Eddie, could you make a Ninky Nuke then? Why don't I have a Ninky Nuke, a Ninky thingy off? Who can make the best Ninky Nuke?
The sugar, honestly, he's just had more biscuits than the sugar has now. We need that engine out of Chigley now. Flower pot man go on holiday by train. Oh gosh,
was it Trumpton or Camberwick Green that had the train?
I think it was Trumpton.
Or Chigwee.
Sorry, Eddie, says Tom. Sorry, we're just going to rope you all in together. Eddie says no. Good on you. Good on you, Eddie.
Because they'll come out grey.
Boundaries.
Grey and blue.
Boundaries. You leave your Ninky Nonk where it is. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Chigley. It's Chigley.
Like a train. Oh gosh, I remember all of those. Yes, lovely. So that was
Pew, Barney McGrew, Tuffet, Nibble, and the other one. I don't know.
These hidden depths. And I wish they'd stay hidden, to be honest with you. Chigley had Grumpy's on a run. I wish he'd run out the other side, honestly. Just keep running, keep going. Grub. Yes, I remember that. So that was Ivor the Engine. And we've got a little treat with Rapido because we've got something coming up tomorrow that we'll release it on Friday.
Yeah.
So stay tuned around lunchtime on Friday because more to come. And we'll be there. So what time are we doing?
We better do the shows.
Do the shows. How is everybody?
Yeah.
How is everybody? Hanging in there? Still got time to do some shows. We've got some show news. This weekend, we are, of course, at the Spa Valley Model Railway weekend. I'm there on Saturday because I've very, very flatteringly been asked to open the show, which is really lovely. So I'm going to go along, open the show, and then I'm going to have a chat with everybody and we're going to do some filming. And I'm really keen to see this group of people. Terrier 55 Stepney, him and his team are going to be building a model railway layout in a weekend. So I'm hoping to catch them at the start and then might pop back in the afternoon on the Sunday. I'm not there with my exhibit. I'm not there with Brief Encounter. We're just going to film. So I might go there at the start and then at the end and see how they're getting on and see what they're doing. And they're all doing it for the charity Mind, which of course Simon, with his lovely little dog Ella, his film that I mentioned earlier, that was filmed by Mind. So lots to do with mental health. So I'm going to have a chat with them. We're also going to see that model railway guy. He'll be there, Joseph. So we'll see him.
Also, Janarek is going to hopefully be at the Spa Valley on Saturday.
Are you? Well, come and say hello. It'd be lovely to meet you.
Get there in the morning, first thing, to see what Dawn's going to be doing.
Yes. Well, yes, and all the other things that are going on this weekend, which are also very good. So that will be our weekend. We're there on the Saturday. We'll also be doing lots of filming. Are you going to Folkestone first weekend in October? Sadly, we're not because we've got something on that weekend. We got invited,
but we couldn't.
Yes, we couldn't.
But
we were invited.
We go to pantomime every year in Folkestone, don't we? We love going to pantomime.
We do. We saw Beauty and the Beast last.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
Grumpy. Are you getting a theme here?
The problem with pantomime, there's loads of kids there.
And you were the biggest. Grumpy has got the mental age of a 5-year-old. Have you worked that out yet? It is like being with a 5-year-old. Carol, yes. So sorry, we won't be at the Folkestone weekend. We have been invited, but we can't make it. Simon trains Terrier 55 Stepney, and the other people are doing an awesome thing for charity. They are Terrier 55 Stepney. Did I get that wrong? Oh no, you didn't. Good one, Carol. Oh, we like you. You're welcome on board. She's a comedian. No, I'm not falling for that one. It's behind you.
What is? Where?
Oh God, Grumpy. I was joking.
Oh.
So that's that. Shall we do some shows? So we're at Spa Valley weekend. There's going to be some great layouts there. And of course, we're going to be doing our usual filming. But let's do the show highlights this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll have to catch you at a show soon, Carol. I'd love it if you come and say hello. Do introduce yourself. Say hello. Have we done everything?
Yes.
Shall we go on to show news?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put on my best news reader voice. Wherever you are in the country, sorry if you're out of the country and can't attend any of these shows, but just to give you a flavour. This Saturday, it is.
Actually, can I just stop it? What we need to do, all the Americans and all the Canadians and all the people in Greece and Australians, at least, they need to send us their local shows so we can announce their local shows here as well.
And then maybe we could just add an extra hour.
Their local show is probably 600 miles away, but they can still announce it, can't they? Yeah.
But we were talking to somebody who said that in Australia, because everyone lives so far apart, somebody was saying somebody drove 2 days You have your model railway shows in each other's homes. That's what I was told. And that somebody drove 2 days to go to a model railway show in somebody's house. So I think that just proves how popular the hobby is and how much we love it if you drive 2 days. Would you drive 2 days to go to a model railway show, Grumpy?
Yeah.
Dawn, you were ruining Grumpy's self-esteem. He's like Teflon, Roy. Everything bounces off. I can say anything and it doesn't penetrate, it doesn't go in. You know, I can say anything and he's just...
I don't know, when you said Teflon, I started thinking of Tupperware.
Tupperware?
Yeah.
Tupperware?
Remember from when you were a kid when I was in the 70s?
Tupperware parties.
Tupperware party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tupperware parties.
Tupperware parties.
Now it's all something different.
Right,
yes.
get back to the show news. Stop talking about Tupperware. You're changing the subject.
Well, James Railways is a good channel for Australian model railways and capturing Australian trains as well. Thank you, Simon. We'll check them out. I do belong to a few Australian ones, and they're all a bit puzzled like, why are you here? But I was kind of interested to see what they were doing.
Yeah.
I think I was the only Sheila in the...
But also, they were saying in Australia, there's a massive British 00 groups and stuff like that. But they have it's very expensive to get the stuff shipped over there.
Yeah. Norm says not 2 days, but Spain do something similar, it seems. And Roy Horn says he's sensitive inside. He's not.
I'm not.
He's not. He'll admit it. So anyway, can we proceed?
Yeah.
So this weekend, wherever you are in the country, do get yourself to a model railway show if you can, because we love to support our model railway clubs and shows and send them our love. So on Saturday, we have the Lichfield Model Railway Show from the Trent Valley Model Railway Society. That's in Staffordshire and has 16 lovely layouts. Also on Saturday is the Mid-Essex Model Railway Club's 45th Model Railway Annual Exhibition in Shenfield. Now, I know quite a few of you are going to Shenfield, and I was invited, but again, I couldn't because I am at Spa Valley.
And also you can use your Oyster card there because it's the end of Elizabeth line.
Okay.
Or if you work for TfL, you get there for free. Yeah.
He's full of hopeful information.
I've got to go with you to Spa Valley.
You don't have to. You don't have to
because I
come.
can get a free trip up to Shenfield.
Colne Valley Model Railway Club, the 14th annual show in Welland, Devon. It has 15 layouts. Then on Saturday and Sunday weekend shows, we have the Barla Lake Railway, Barla Lake Model Railway Show.
Say it.
Iskol or Berwyn School. Iskol or Berwyn School. Did I say that right? In Gwynedd. That's 30 layouts.
Yes, a big one.
The Scale 4 Society has Scale Forum 2024.
And scale
that's
stuff.
in High Wycombe with 25 traders and 13 layouts. And the Blackpool and North Fylde Model Railway Club.
Fylde.
41st annual event in Lancashire. The Air Model Railway Group has its annual show in Troon, 14 layouts, and the Wessex Association of Model Railway Clubs. It has its weekend at the Wimborne Model Railway Exhibition. Then on Sunday, it's the lovely Bressingham Steam Railway in Norfolk. We were invited to that, but we couldn't go as we're at the Spa Valley Railway. And then there's a new official launch of a new club, the NG34 Model Railway Society. It's a brand new club, brand new society in Sleaford in Lincolnshire. They have an open day on Sunday, I believe. So get yourself along. What's that local to you? The High Wycombe one. That's the Scale 4. So it's all the people.
That's all the serious modelers.
Yes. It's a whole other world of paying. EM and P4. And whole other world.
Please, Roy, if you go along to that, just say to them, don't forget, look at their coal in the back of their tenders and complain that it's not the right coal and wind them up. We love doing that to P4 people. Hack
Multimedia says you should do a quick scheduled or unscheduled live from this weekend show. I wanted to do that actually last week at Faversham, but I got so busy. And that's always the dilemma because we're filming, we're sometimes exhibiting, and then I speak to everybody and it's like, quick, do something. So I might do that. Who's up for a quick live unscheduled from the Spa Valley? I might do that. Yes. Okay. We'll try.
You've got a separate live coming up, haven't you? Like a chatty one coming up.
Oh, we must remember. Yes, I'm going to post this Sunday for VIP Crusties. If you're a VIP Crusty, I'm going to be doing a Zoom chat this Sunday, the 22nd of September. I'm going to post all the details. I'm going to post the link, and it's your chance to come and have a chat with me. Grumpy's not even going to be there. Yay! It'll be quiet for once and we can have a chat. And I really want to find out more about your layouts. You can talk to me. You can ask questions. We can share information about our own layouts and what we're building, or you can just come and say hi. So it's kind of a personal little group. I don't know how many people will come, but small group, come along. and I'll post the link in the Questy Club room. If you'd like to come and you're not a VIP member, you can join by clicking on the link below this video.
Hack as well from the US, and also Jerome.
Another great show.
Checking Jarrett in Virginia, USA.
Jarrett, Virginia. Hello.
Wow.
Hello. I know a song about that.
There's more Americans on tonight than we have non-Americans.
Yes,
There's
hello.
loads.
Dawn, I'm not around Sunday. Oh, I'm so sorry. But next time. Every time I ask the missus for £2, she hits me twice with a frying pan. Boom. I love, they're so funny. You're so funny, you guys. I love having you in here.
I might saunter over on Sunday.
You might saunter?
Yeah,
have a little saunter.
Put some casual clothes on, get in the jag and come across.
Have a little saunter.
Yeah. With some nice background blues music, nice chill out music in the background. I'm going to come across. Hi. I'm Aaron from Oxford.
Wear a cravat. It would be very fitting. But I'll get a chance to see all your faces. Unless you want to turn the video off, of course.
Hot Dog Pilot. Yeah.
Hello, Hot Dog Pilot. Also, what time is your live on Sunday, Hot Dog Pilot?
Yeah.
Tell us. I've got to go night, Travis. Well, I hope to see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
That would be good. Hi, Andy. With that Underground 1938 stock, you could produce a Taking of Pelham 123. I love that film. No one's mentioned that film when we ask what about movie layouts. No one's mentioned Taking of Pelham 123. It's a great film. The guy who's the father of Seinfeld is in it. He was a great actor, wasn't he? I think he died recently. Just had a laugh after seeing the description of the live stream about the 15th of December. This live stream about the 15th. I'm not sure what you mean. No. I'll have to have a look. What have I said?
I'm stomached.
Flummoxed.
Sunday
at 1 p.m. We'll try and get there. Time
176 scale Jag. oh God! When I joined the police, it was Mini Metros and SD1 Rovers. And you had a choice.
I know what you're saying. So Simon's just seen that Simon put money on me finishing the Ladykillers layout by the 15th.
So have I. Yeah, I've got a 10 that you're not doing it.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Grumpy. So should I do a live from the show to say I did it?
Yeah.
Because I love a challenge, and I'll do that. Yes. Whose money is on Dawn getting the layout finished by 15th of December?
Not me.
Thanks, Simon. Yes. Well, the challenge is there. I'm going to get it done. So that's all the news that we have for this week. Lots coming, lots to do, lots going on. We have lots of videos coming out. We have, of course, Leamington Spa, the official opening of their grand, the clubhouse, the new clubhouse extension. We'll be doing that. We've got stuff coming from Pico. We've got stuff on Garden Railways that we're tinkering with. We also have a special interview that we filmed at the Shoeburyness Model Railway show. That will be coming out very, very soon. What else? Anything else to add, Grumpy?
No, I'm just discussing police cars.
Police cars. Austin 1300 police car, Panda car.
Yes, and the Morris Minor one. Okay. They're the ones with the blue and white ones.
So remember, if you would like to have your layout featured in the gallery on the Wednesday Express, please do send them.
Because we're inclusive here, and we're only talking about British, why don't we start talking about American police cars? So what was the police car that TJ Hooker had in the 80s? What was that?
Gosh, I know he had a very bad
Americans out there watching, they had I love TJ Hooker. Romano, get the skull off the streets.
I just remembered he was slightly.
Oh yeah, jam sandwiches. That was the white one, the
with
big,
a red stripe. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Roy says, "Do you two ever have time to go to work?" Sadly, we do. I do have to work, and I've been working all day today.
Where is Banana Bird? I've met him. I've shown you Banana Bird, Roy.
You missed him. You missed him.
But I've eaten him there. I'll get another one next week.
Sorry. Well, that's it, Grumpy. I think sad to say we've come to the end of another jaunt. Through the wastelands of our minds.
Yeah.
All the model railway news that's fit to print on the Wednesday Express.
But be ready, everyone. 12 o'clock on Friday.
Yes, 12 o'clock on Friday. Yeah. There will be something coming. Good night, Roger. Lovely to have you on board. When is the Leamington and Warwick grand opening video out? Very, very soon. I'm not going to say a day, because whenever I say a day, Grumpy gets cross with me because something happens and then it's out a day later. Night. Ivor Martin Parkinson. Great show as always. Goodbye, John W. Lovely to have you on board. Good night, Hannings Rest Model Railway. Good night, Roger. Good night, Roy. Good night, Maura. Good night, Tom. Good night, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Hope you have a lovely evening. Take care, everybody. Love you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.